Ever pondered how many astronauts have given their lives in the pursuit of the unknown? The space exploration era, which began in the latter part of the last century, has seen almost pursuit of the unknown. The space exploration era, which began in the latter part of the last century, almost 600 astronauts orbit the Earth in 60 years. But with such daring exploration comes inevitable loss. As of the beginning of 2022, there have been 5 fatal incidents during space flights, resulting in the loss of 19 astronauts in space. 4 more have died on Earth while preparing for the journey. The first recorded death was that of Soviet astronaut Valentin Bondarenko. On March 23, 1961, during a 10-day test in a depressurization chamber, Bondarenko made a fatal error. After removing his medical sensors, he cleaned his skin with a Q-tip dipped in alcohol and carelessly discarded it. The cotton wool caught fire from an electric stove, and in an environment of almost pure oxygen, the fire spread rapidly. The chamber's pressure drop meant it couldn't be opened quickly, and Bondarenko died from burn shock in the hospital 8 hours later, just 19 days before his scheduled spaceflight. A similar fire during tests claimed the lives of 3 astronauts: Virgil Grissom, Edward White, and Roger Chaffee. This tragedy occurred on January 27, 1967, during a rehearsal for the Apollo 1 launch at Launch Complex 34 at the Kennedy Space Center. The fire spread quickly, damaging the astronauts' spacesuits, and the complex design of the hatch and its locks prevented it from being opened quickly. The crew died from poisoning by combustion products just 14 seconds after the fire began. But has any astronaut died in space, not in training? The answer is, regrettably, yes. The first astronaut to die directly in space was Vladimir Komarov during the first mission of the Soviet Soyuz 1 spacecraft on April 23, 1967. Komarov was supposed to test the ship in manned mode and conduct the world's first docking in space with another Soyuz 2 spacecraft. The mission also involved the transfer of 2 Soyuz 2 astronauts through space to Soyuz 1.
Space travel, a mesmerizing journey into the unknown, holds a dark and deadly secret. It is a realm where the smallest mistake or malfunction can spell disaster. The cosmos in all its grandeur is a hostile environment for humanity, and it has claimed the lives of brave explorers. Our timeline begins with the tragic tale of Vladimir Komarov, the first astronaut to die in space. During the launch of Soyuz 1 in the late 60s, a solar panel failed to deploy, leaving the spacecraft short on power. Komarov fought valiantly, attempting to manually open the panel, but to no avail. The mission was cut short, and the spacecraft was ordered to return to Earth. The descent, however, proved fatal as the parachute system malfunctioned, sending Komarov crashing to Earth at a deadly speed. The impact resulted in a fire that incinerated the craft and its lone passenger. The irony is that Yuri Gagarin, the first man in space and backup for this mission, could have been in Komarov's place. But fate had other plans, as Gagarin too died a year later in a training accident. Next, we delve into the harrowing account of Soyuz 11. In June 1971, astronauts Vlad Volkov, Georgy Dobrovolsky, and Viktor Patsayev embarked on a mission to the Salyut 1 orbital station. An onboard fire forced them to abandon the station. Upon undocking and beginning their descent, communication with the crew was abruptly lost. The rescue team discovered a chilling scene. All 3 astronauts were dead. The cause, depressurization, and the rapid onset of decompression sickness. The crew had tried to rectify the air leak, but had been overcome by physical pain and sensory loss. A poignant note to this tragedy is that Dobrovolsky's crew was not the first choice for this mission. They were a backup crew, pressed into service when a member of the primary crew failed a medical examination. In August 1971, the Apollo 15 mission left a memorial plaque on the moon, bearing the names of all astronauts who had given their lives in the pursuit of space exploration.
Have you ever wondered why, despite the vastness of the cosmos, space exploration is still in its infancy? The answer lies in the inherent risks and sacrifices that accompany the quest to conquer the unknown. Our journey begins on a cold January morning in the year 1986. The Challenger space shuttle, a symbol of scientific prowess, was set to embark on its 10th mission. With a crew of 7, including Krista McAuliffe, who was set to make history as the first teacher in space, the Challenger was a beacon of hope. However, 73 seconds after liftoff, disaster struck. A booster malfunction caused the spacecraft to diverge from its path, succumbing to aerodynamic forces. The world watched in horror as the Challenger disintegrated, claiming the lives of all 7 crew members. The Challenger crash was not just a heart-wrenching tragedy, but a stark reminder of the risks involved in space exploration. Fast forward to the first day of February 2003. The Columbia Space Shuttle, after a 16-day mission, was returning home. However, just 16 minutes before the scheduled landing, all communication with the crew ceased. Debris from the shuttle, aflame and disintegrating, was seen streaking across the sky. An investigation later revealed that a piece of insulation had struck the shuttle's left wing during liftoff, creating a fatal breach in the thermal protection layer. The Columbia crash, like the Challenger, resulted in the loss of all 7 crew members, further highlighting the perils of space travel. The final chapter of our journey takes us to the 31st of October 2014. The Spaceship Two, a suborbital rocket of Virgin Galactic, was on its 55th test flight. Anomalies were detected during the flight, which led to a catastrophic crash. The cause was attributed to human error, as the pilots prematurely unlocked the tail section of the vehicle. The crash resulted in the death of the first pilot, Michael Ellsbury, adding yet another name to the list of those who've made the ultimate sacrifice in the pursuit of space exploration. In conclusion, each of these tragic incidents serves as a sobering reminder of the sacrifices made in the name of progress. The Challenger, Columbia, and Spaceship Two crashes underscore the inherent risks of space exploration, but they also emphasize the courage and determination of those who dare to venture into the unknown, reminding us that the quest to explore the cosmos requires not only technological advances but also human resilience and bravery.